dear viewers, I welcome you all to this mathematics presentation. So in this presentation, we are answering mathematics paper 1 for 2025. So we are going to answer question 17. So this is a question coming from bearings. So the question reads, the diagram shows 3 points O, P and Q. So this is the diagram right here showing the 3 points, point O, point P and point Q on the level ground. OPQ is an equilateral triangle, so meaning that the angle which is here, and there, they are equal. Okay, and the bearing of Q from P is 135. So what do we need to know about equilateral triangles is that the angles which are inside, they are equal, even the sides. So since this is a triangle, it means that it's going to have 60 degrees here, even here 60 degrees. Even here, 60 degrees. Okay, now let's look at the questions. Find the bearing of A, P from Q. So we need to find the bearing of P from Q. So where they have told us from, so P from O, sorry. So P from O, the bearing of P from O. So we need to draw the north here, the north pole on the O. Now you can see that on O, there is already the north pole. So the bearing that they want us to find is this angle right here. How can we find this angle? So to find this angle, there are two methods that you can use. So I'm going to show you those two methods. Method 1, we are finding the bearing of P from O. So under method 1, this is what you are going to do. You know that if you extend this line, okay, you extend it up to here, you are going to have a complete 10. And this complete 10 gives us 360. So we need to find the bearing which will be right here. So to find this bearing which will be right here, we already have a 135 here and a 60. So we can just say 360 degrees minus, we say 135 plus 60 degrees. So we need to add 135 plus 60. Then we subtract from 360, which is the complete angle here. So I'm going to get 360 degrees, take away. Now, when you add, okay, 135 plus a 60, this will give us 195. So we subtract here now. Here we get a 1, we remain with a 5. 10 take away 5, it's a 5. Here 5 take away 9, it can't we borrow a 1 here, we remain with a 2. 15 take away 9, okay, 15 take away 9, we are going to remain with a 6. 2 minus 1, it's a 1. So meaning that here we are going to have 165 degrees, just this angle right here. So if we get this angle which is 165, and they want us to find the angle which will be right here. Here we have a north and here we have a north. So we can see that this angle and this angle, these are called allied angles. So allied angles, they add up to 108. So if you add the angle which is right here plus the angle which is there, you should get a 180. So let's assume that here we have x. So if we say x plus 165 degrees, this should give us 180 degrees. So x, to find the value of x, we get this 165 to the right hand side. We are going to have 180 degrees minus 165 degrees. So x is equal to 180 minus 165 degrees. This is going to give us a what? This is 10 minus 5, it's a 5. Then here this we are remaining with 7 minus 5, it's a 1. So 7 minus 6, it's a 1. So this will give us a 15. Okay, to give us a 15. So we can normally say that the bearing of P from O is equal to 0.15 degrees. So this is a 3-figure bearing. So this is just method 1. Now, what about method 2? Now, for method 2, you are going to extend this north, which is right here. You extend this north. Then you know that if you have this angle which is ending here, if it just come to end here, from here all the way here, you are going to have angle on a straight line which is 180 degrees. So to know the angle which is right here, okay, since the entire angle here it's a 60, so to know the angle which is here, we just say 180 minus 35. We will know the angle which is remaining here. So if we say 180 degrees, okay, minus 135 degrees. So we get a 1 here. 10 take away 5, it's a 5. 7 take away 3, we are going to remain with a 4. 1 minus 1 is a 0. So meaning that here there was a 45 degrees. So that when you add 135 plus 45, it will give you 180. If you know that just here you have a 45 and this entire angle it's a 60. So to know the angle which will remain here, we just subtract. We get 60 degrees minus 45 degrees. And this will give us a 15 degrees. So the angle which will remain here is a 15 degrees. So if you have a 15 here, remember this is a north and this is a north. So the angle which is here and the angle which is here, they are equal. They are alternate angles. If you have a 15 degrees here, even here you are going to have a 15 degrees. So these are two methods that you can use just to find the bearing of P from from O. So let us now look at the second question here. Find the bearing of O from Q. So to find now the bearing of O from Q. O from Q. So where they are saying from Q here, this is where you need to come up with the north pole like this, north. So you can just extend it like this. So the bearing they want us to find is O from Q here, coming all the way to this line, connecting OQ. So we need this entire angle. So how do we calculate for this entire angle? The first thing, you look at the angle which is here and the angle which is here, because these are alternate angles because of a north and a north, okay, which are parallel on this transversal line. So here if you have a 45, it means that even here you have a 45 degrees. So if we find this angle, 60 plus 45, then we subtract from 360, because if it makes a complete 10 here to give us 360. So that is what we are going to do. So we are going to show it here. We are going to say 360 degrees minus then 60 degrees plus a 45 degrees. So this will be 360 degrees minus, so 0 plus 5, it's a 5. 6 plus 4, it's a 10. So 60 plus 45 degrees gives us 105 degrees. So from here, we can just say 360 minus 105. This is 0 minus 5. It can't. We borrow a 1 from 6. We have a 5 here. 10 minus 5, it's a 5. 5 minus 0, it's a 5. 3 minus 1, we'll get a 2. So it will be 255. So this is the bearing of O from Q. So from here all the way up to here, we had 255 degrees. Okay, so that was our answer. So I can just write them here, where we can show the first one. We found that the bearing was 15 degrees. The second one is 255 degrees. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. We've come to the end of our short presentation. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. Bye-bye.